Hello, my name is Luc LaFrance, and today I will be going over how nuclear energy is a good energy source. So, a few weeks ago, two Navy recruiters came to my high school and they gave a presentation on the Navy's nuclear submarine program. I was fascinated by the things I learned about nuclear energy from them, and what I learned from them ultimately inspired me to present on nuclear energy's viability to you. So, we're all aware that our electricity comes from multiple sources of energy, such as wind, water, and sunlight, to name a few. However, these sources can have their flaws sometimes, flaws relating to their efficiency and safety, and flaws which I think nuclear energy is best able to resolve. So today, I will be going over some of the general challenges associated with energy production, how nuclear energy is best able to solve those challenges, and some of the future benefits that nuclear energy has in store. So first of all, there are two major challenges associated with energy production. The first is its constantly growing demand, which could potentially become unstable. The U.S. Energy Information Administration states that the global electricity continues to increase faster than world population, leading to an increase in the average amount of electricity consumed per person. This means that as the demand for energy grows, the production of energy plants will need to become more efficient to support both more people and more usage. My Twin Tiers 2021 states that the world's oil reserves will run out by 2052, natural gas by 2060, and coal by 2090. These are finite energy sources that make up more than half of the world's electricity production, and these predicted years of depletion could overlap into our lifespans and into future generations. So not only is energy constantly growing in demand, but energy production can also be unsafe for both individuals and the environment. Our World in Data 2020 states that 5 million premature deaths are caused by air pollution each year, and that most of these deaths are caused by fossil fuels. Our World in Data 2020 also states that accidents are another negative consequence of fossil fuels. These accidents involve mining, construction, and operation of power plants. So energy is both growing in demand and can pose safety risks. But despite what you may think, nuclear energy is a viable solution to these issues. First of all, nuclear energy is a highly efficient energy source. According to the Office of Nuclear Energy 2021, nuclear power plants in the United States operated at a capacity factor of 93% in 2020, higher than any other energy source in the country. This means that 93% of the time in 2020, nuclear power plants in the United States were operating at maximum capacity. The Elements 2021 states that the energy produced by releasing heat from a 1-inch uranium pellet, the basic fuel of nuclear reactors, is equivalent to 1 ton of coal, 120 gallons of oil, and 117,000 feet of natural gas. The Elements 2021 also states that both solar and wind power require 75 and 360 times more land mass than nuclear energy to produce 1,000 megawatts of electricity per year. So nuclear energy is an efficient energy source, but it is also a safe energy source. Our World in Data 2020 shows that nuclear energy shares similarly low death rates to renewable energy sources compared to non-renewable sources. These rates are based both on air pollution and accidents, such as the infamous Chernobyl incident, yet even still it is shown that nuclear energy is comparatively safe, mostly due to their low emissions. Although nuclear energy does produce harmful radioactive waste, this production is relatively minimal. The Nuclear Energy Institute website states that all nuclear fuel used since the 1950s in the United States could fit a football field with a height of 10 yards. And that in the United States, no notable releases of harmful radioactive material or environmental damage has occurred as a result of nuclear waste. So now, I'd like to talk about some of the future benefits that nuclear energy has. First of all, nuclear energy could cut harmful emissions and therefore save lives. According to the Office of Nuclear Energy website, 2021, the United States avoided 476 million tons of CO2 emissions in 2019 by using nuclear energy, removing contributors to acid rain, smog, lung cancer, and cardiovascular disease. Our World in Data 2020 also states that by eliminating fossil fuels, we could reduce premature air pollution deaths by 2/3. With enough time, nuclear energy could replace sizable amounts of fossil fuels and therefore reduce deadly air pollution. And despite nuclear energy's non-renewability, nuclear energy is shown to be a sustainable energy source for the future. According to the Nuclear Energy Institute website, some countries such as France recycle their nuclear fuel to be reused in reactors, and developing advanced reactor designs could potentially run on solely used fuel. The Scientific American, 2009, states, quote, "The extraction of uranium from seawater would make available 4.5 billion metric tons of uranium for use, a 60,000-year supply at present rates. If technology advances enough, we could potentially have nuclear fuel that could last us for thousands of years." So, to conclude, some of the main challenges of energy production include its growing demands and its safety risks. I have shown that nuclear energy is both an effective and safe energy source, and that it could greatly benefit us in the future. It is my goal to better educate you about this often stigmatized and underestimated energy source. So, if you could, please inform your peers and especially our government officials about the usefulness of nuclear energy. I'd like to imagine a world someday where our energy won't heavily rely on or harm our environment, and that it will be able to last us for years on end safely. And I believe that nuclear energy is perhaps our greatest option for achieving these goals, and I hope now you will think the same.